All right, gonna do my daily TikTok review. All right, we're gonna learn some stuff. I don't know what these ladies are gonna say. Just gonna, freestyle it here. See what they have to say about dating, and I'll translate and see if we can find some learning moments. Let's see.
You're midlife and you're newly single for a myriad of reasons, and you find yourself out on the dating apps seeking companionship.
Okay, and she knows companionship. Um, if you're really on the dating apps for the real reason, both men and women, you're wanting sex. I mean, men don't come at women if they come for women for sex, and then women come at men for sex. So if you're dating means you're trying to hash out if you're going to be having sex. The women have changed it into this companionship word, but no, it's sex.
If you know what I'm saying.
I know what you're saying.
Nice positive around here. That's great. Enjoy yourself. Whoop it up. But please, for the love, do your work before you go telling somebody that you are ready for a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Do you and anybody you come in contact with a huge service by just being honest about what.
Okay, so this is a lady that Chad Alpha, and we really see the ghost of Alpha Chad a lot. That women don't realize they're giving away. So Alpha Chad, was not honest. He was like, "Hey, I'm single, this and that. I haven't dated in 20 years, whatever." Or he's like, "I have one relationship," and Alpha Chad bangs her 2 or 3 times, and then boom, ghost. And that happens over and over because they're constantly, they can't not select a hot guy. I mean, I understand where they're coming from. They're on the app, they see a hot guy, they're gonna swipe on him. He's fucking hot or whatever, I guess. Like we'd win with a woman. But Alpha Chat, like the difference between men and women is we'll sleep with anybody because we don't have standards to a certain degree because we don't have to take care of the baby. And women's standards stay the same for relationships as it does for casual sex because they might have to take care of the baby if they get pregnant. Men, we don't care because if it's a loser chick, we're just gonna run off. That's the evolutionary part about it.
Actually looking for. Trust me, there's.
And no, but women, so probably 90% of women on dating apps are looking for attention. They're not going to tell you, I'm here looking for attention. Dude, I have had so many conversations with women on dating apps. And, dude, it is, the only way is to tell them, let's go out. And then if they're just looking for attention, they're going to find reasons not to go out. Or if they don't like you that much, all you got to do is start being flirty, offer some kind of sexual, innuendo or something. And if they're bothered by talking about sex right away, then they don't like you enough and they're there for attention.
Out there looking for the exact same
so
thing.
It can't be honest.
Probably won't be hard.
No.
There's no need to kid yourself or anyone else into pretending like.
Yeah. So, like I've said this before, but, guys, I mean, 100% of guys are looking for casual sex. 100%. But that's how relationships start, through casual sex, right? And women are looking to filter out, only the good people for casual sex, right? So, if men were sitting there, if I find a woman that's looking for casual sex like me, well, most women, it's hard to find them for casual sex because they're getting offers everywhere. They're booked up already, So, anyway.
To be a relationship.
12 days to 60, and I am not too old, as I just heard some young so-called...
I hear you. It's cope a little bit, but yeah, you need to be in a relationship. I mean, no, you need to be finding love. That's good.
Coach say. He was like, if you are in your, once again, here we go, 40s, 50s, 60s, and up, he was like, everybody at some point feels like they're too old. If you're 90, you want to be 80. If you're 50, you want to be 40. Let me tell you something. I am excited for every second, minute, hour, and day that is on the way towards 60. I don't want to go back to 50 and Lord.
Cope. Nah, I want to be younger. I wish I was younger. I mean, I'm happy. I'm extremely happy. I'm in awesome shape for 50 years old. But nah, if I could go back at 30 or 20, hell yeah.
I do not want to go back to 40 because in order to have life and wisdom, one must have aging. And I am not willing to give up my life.
I like these, there's the TikToks or whatever. I guess these ladies, they get views or something by they're trying to do a sing-songy, they're trying to make this I don't know, yelling at the camera, and then they try to make it like this sing-songy, cool speech or whatever, and they get to going, and I don't know. It's I know it's part of like trying to get views, but they're like they're trying to make it all sing songy.
Go back 10 years just to be cute. I don't see the benefit of it. But when it comes to dating a young man, 60 is not too old. Baby,
Yeah.
you better find out. We are just like fine wine. We are
No,
like
no, 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 don't stop. That's not, no, you don't. No, you don't get, I mean, none of us do. I mean, it's aging is aging, Now you can combat aging by eating well and exercising and sleeping well and getting sunlight and, having good social interactions, have a good social circle. But no, that's the bullshit right there. That's where you went too far. We don't get better with age. No, you don't look as good as you did when you're 21. I'm not going. That's every woman. Forever 21. It's not ever Forever 61 store. So shout out Roll Tomasi. So yeah. I mean that's just that. I mean that's cope. You definitely don't look as good. I mean, come on. I mean, I don't want to get weird, but your vajayjay looks a little different now too. I mean, everything, so no.
scotch, age, food.
That's
we get
you
better
lost people. No,
with
you
time.
just lost.
Dating in midlife is supposed to be calmer, wiser.
Okay, let's move on.
It's time we can never get back.
Okay, right there.
The expectations change, but the chaos stays the same.
Dating midlife continued. So, in order for a man to have access to you, even a little bit, what are your criteria?
Oh God, no. The criteria. What is your? No, I mean, listen to the BS on that. A man to have access to you, like what is it? Like 50 or something, Like your JJ's had a lot of people have had access to that. I mean, that's just. I mean, I'm not trying to be rude, but you've been having to have gone and I only started at 18. So from 18 to what? You're 55. So that's 30, 35, 37 years of sex. You're JJ, come on, access. No, and actually, if there's an alpha Chad that's a badass, and a lot of men are badasses, you want access to them. There ain't no man trying to run you down, girl.
That man. I have some. One is he has to have had or have a career I find interesting. I don't find.
Oh, bullshit. There's more bullshit, right? Because, dude, they'll date guys without jobs. If Alpha Chad is gorgeous, super sexy, has a swag to him, and she meets him out at a party or whatever. She's not gonna say, "What do you do? Did you do something interesting?" BS.
I'm not gonna sit there and pretend I do. I don't need to. Okay, we're at midlife. We know.
I love this shrew ass attitude. Negative Nancy.
Value of time, and we know that time wasted is time we can never get back, and that's powerful.
You waste a lot of time.
We also, for the most part, have our lives together. We're not interested in making someone, and we're not interested in someone making us. So the guy has to be a value add to our lives, a bonus.
Well, don't you have to be a value add too? And no, the guy does not have to be. And more than likely, I mean, there's men out here doing some wonderful things. Men made the world you live in, lady. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, anyway.
Extra, right? That is some of the criteria I have. Even my girl dogs are like, yeah, Mom.
No, sexy is the criteria they have. Sexy. Because, anyway.
We're not interested either. So, you've got to have your criteria down. So tell me what some of that is. For those of you considering dating or open to it, what's your criteria in order for you to let a man have to...
Just like, this is a shout out Royce. He said, women have the 430 point checklist or whatever, what men need, but it all crumbles and goes to crap when Alpha Bang comes by.
A little bit of access to you. It's important to know.
Because the vajayjay tingles and the vajayjay wetness, it comes naturally. Just like food and hunger come naturally.
Being single in my late 40s, I don't know what I was thinking, but I legitimately thought that since I was going to be...
Do you have your tits out on purpose? What's this? Is this like the uniform? I'm trying to look sexy uniform. I put my tits out.
Men who are more mature, that they were going to be more mature. And when I tell you that it is like, I feel like I'm back in my 20s. It's all the same stuff. The ghosting, the not being.
Okay, what do we say? We said that once again, we've covered this before. And what's the ghosting? She's punching above her weight. Men don't ghost supermodels. You're trying to bang. This is the Alpha Chad stuff. You're trying to bang Alpha Chad. He's entertained you for a couple of times, and he ghosts you. Most guys wouldn't ghost you if you deal with like anybody but Alpha Chad. I mean, because most guys are desperate to just have a girlfriend, you know?
The flakiness, the like.
Normal guys, normal, average, awesome guys that are respectful aren't flaky. It's Alpha Chad, like, because most guys got to bust their ass to get a date, you know, as far as, you know, we'll schedule a date and 9 out of 10 will flake. So if we're not going to flake if we're into you, the only guys that flake, Alpha Chad. Okay, your language exposes
Just bare minimum effort and like
Alpha
no
Chad.
intention. Like I just
Alpha Chad.
I
Quit banging either you quit banging the hot guys, or you go and bang the mid to average guys and and have less drama.
I'm dumb. Like what was I thinking?
Your vajayjay was thinking for you. It likes to get wet.
Think things were going to be different. Oh my gosh. Someone help me, please.
I did.
Just am so done.
I just gave you the answer.
Now, like, is it very important to you that you will be living with somebody or getting married, or could you ever see a long-term relationship with separate residences?
That's a good question, actually, and let me point out here, when women have good ideas, I don't always go hard on them. When they have good ideas, and you look at other videos I've done and reviewed, I give women credit that they have great ideas. This is a good idea right here. Dating over 60, could you see yourself? Yes, you should. Absolutely should. Men and women should not be living together. I was in an 8-year relationship. 7 of those years, super hot banging all the time. I had my own apartment, was working as a law enforcement officer. She was too. And she kept trying to get me to move in. I moved in, and 1 year later, we're out. Because you spend too much time together. I very much support not living together.
Because I hear people talk about that.
Question. I can. Yeah, I can. Absolutely.
Okay,
That's a good question.
Yeah,
Well, I'm married 40 years and I can see that too.
I know
Hi.
this is not a new topic.
Okay.
I want to talk about dating.
Okay.
When you're 60 plus.
Okay.
I am 60 this year.
Let me help you.
And I am noticing that dating profiles, that the men my age are looking for the age range of sometimes as young as 18, but I'll just say, they are.
Absolutely not. I don't know what you're talking about. Most guys your age, if they can get it, they will. Whatever. But men. It's so simple. An average dude is looking for a cute, not even banging hot, a cute girl that is in shape. Figure's nice. Doesn't have to be supermodel figure. Just a not obese, not weight in proportionate to height, and friendly. That's it. The guys aren't picky. They're really not. We love feminine energy. It's so simple. And a 60-year-old man is not going after 20-year-old guys. 20-year-old girls. Not actively. If he can get one, yeah, sure.
30s to.
And how do you know on their dating app? It doesn't even say. My dating app wouldn't say, oh, I'm looking for this or this, like.
That's their limit if they're 60 like myself. And for me, the interest that I get, the majority, I'd say 90%,
It's going to be young guys.
men who are in the age range of 28 to 33.
Okay, see, and that's just the BS that women's. Because 28 and 33, if you look at the study, like a lot of them aren't having sex at all. There's no sex. They'd rather be in their age group, 28 and 30. If they're bumping up all the way to you, they are desperate. I remember, I'm not trying to go in hard on them, but when I was a young man, it was the old school days of what was it, American Online Chat or something? And I was working night shift and, but it was a way to chat. It was almost like a dating app, And I remember, if I saw a 50-year-old lady, I was at this point, I was like 20 or something. Dude, I knew they were going to bang me. Like, yeah. because we know you're desperate and easy, and you like banging young guys. So that's your answer.
Is younger than my son, so that is not appealing at all.
It is appealing to you. That's your public face.
Profiles and messages.
And just get to the gym, stuff like that.
Quickly,
you need to work on. I mean, I don't want to be mean. It's your hair.
And my preference is to meet someone right around my age, give or take just a couple of years. But looking at the preference of men wanting to go younger,
no,
I'm thinking I need to try dating someone that is 80 or 90.
That doesn't make sense. I see you're a little smart ass.
My first date.
I see you're a little smart ass.
Someone who is in their early 80s.
Oh, stop it. Stop it. I see what you're trying to do. It's passive aggressive. Good.
It's way out of his profile anyway. So I'm going to give it a try. Just
no, you're not.
If there
Liar.
can be a connection, good
well, that's not nice.
Just have fun on a date.
No, and that's the bullshit. We don't have fun on dates. I've told you ladies this. They're miserable. If we're not banging you on the first date, having a date with you is one of the worst things in the world a man can do. It's boring. You're not that interesting. Any woman, and especially if you're not having sex with us on the first date, that usually means you're not that into us. So the conversation was dry. You weren't in a good mood. You weren't being very friendly. It's misery.
Because really, you wouldn't believe I have been using dating apps for a few years now. It's very hard to get to an actual...
Really? You. Another one.
There's a lot of messaging that goes back and forth.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem...
Because you're punching above your weight class again. Here we go. You're probably talking to a guy, again, a lot of that is punching above your weight class. That's all it is. I mean, there's so many men that would love to go to a date. I don't know who you're talking to. Again, Chads.
To be in a very effective way to get to an actual date. So
well, and this is true too. So many women are having casual sex on dating apps with the alpha chads that the foodie date became a thing. It was what was it? 1 in 4 women have done a foodie date or something, or I can't remember. It was a high stat. Men got tired of the foodie dates. Men got tired of coffees and nothing else happening, getting ghosted. Men walked away from the dating apps. That's because most men are paying for them. They're paying a lot more too than women. And when they're having 4 or 5 dates where it's just the girl gets the ick, they're not going to stick around. The product sucks for those men, so they can't they're not going to keep using a crappy product. That's not giving them anything.
Not only am I dating out of my typical age range, but just the fact that it is going to be an actual date is more rare than you would think.
Well, because you got to look and analyze. Why aren't men wanting to go on dates? Because the investment wasn't worth it. You guys weren't worth a date because it was the treatment men were getting was not pleasurable. I mean, it goes back to the law of power: appeal to people's self-interest instead of their generosity or gratitude.
Yes.
I'm about to go on a date with a man who's in his 50s. And I love going for older men because they're generally better lovers.
Facts.
They're better in bed. They know how to treat a woman. I mean, it's so rare these days that someone even just picks you up on a date and takes you home.
Facts.
Just stuff like that, it just goes a long way. Like, they still have those old-fashioned values. And when it comes to the intimacy part, they make sure that it's always a ladies first, if you know what I mean. And they're just more
yeah, we eat that kitty. Yep.
And caring. They know how to look after me.
And at the end of the day, I am just the most perverted female that manipulates old ass fucking.
I doubt you're the most perverted female, because there's a lot of perversion.
Into believing that our age difference is not that big of a deal, and you should.
Well, it is a big deal because if you're young, yeah, it's hard because y'all got a lot of energy. No man wants to kind of. I mean, they're fun to deal with, but yeah, they're the age gap. I dated only a couple, handful of. I was in my 40s, and I dated 20-year-olds, like early 20s. It's tough. You have differences.
Absolutely get into a relationship with me. Hello.
Right.
For women your age,
I don't
the
get
problem is
that.
men your age aren't checking for you. Amen.
So she was just, I guess, being sarcastic.
They're absolutely not. They want somebody 20 years their junior. And know their prostate's bad.
I mean, look at that. That's real unbecoming. Talking nasty, talking shit. Our prostates are bad. Like, when could we clown a woman for? Most men do get my dad's got prostate cancer. And you ain't the picture of health too. I mean, either one of you. And you're trying to make fun of men and their health. And again, they're making it like they gaslighted it like it's an epidemic. Like men are out here just cruising the block for 20-year-olds. No, they're not. Now it's common knowledge that your most attractive age, when you were most attractive ladies, Forever 21. That's a store, and shout out Roll Tomasi. It's not Forever 45. But I think it's like 21 and 23 is when the women are the hottest. So all men would go out with a 21 or 23-year-old. There's no shade against that. But yeah, well, I mean, there's beautiful 40-year-olds, beautiful 50-year-olds. I love women. I'm not a hater and negative viber. I hate negative vibes like this. It's nastiness.
There's nobody, because I understand that. As I've gotten older, my patience has gotten short. Are you saying?
Well, yeah, I know. I can tell. It's you're argumentative. You're combative. That's your own trauma that you haven't dealt with.
If the man of your dreams came on the scene and he had a 5, 12, and 18-year-old, you'd say no.
Bullshit.
You might just turn that service. You had a 10, a 15-year-old, and a 30-year-old.
You liar. You lie. You're not. You got your pretty face and the filter. You ain't in that good shape, and you banging an alpha Chad. You don't care how many kids you had. It's all lies. These are the public faces.
Anyway, no, I can't do it.
Yeah, you can.
You know why? Because one, you got to deal with that baby mama drama. If you are older,
liar.
You have to be in the 60s.
He's hot enough. You don't care.
You know what that tells me? That you got a young baby mama, and y'all, I'm sorry.
He's hot enough to get one. Yes, you will. Yes, you will.
Drama. Ass.
So.
All right, I'll leave it right there.